Hey guys, I figured I would film this even though I really don't want to. So yesterday we let our goats run around our backyard because it's fenced in and our goats are really friendly. But recently I have blocked off this area, so real makeshiftly we had an extra door and I put that there, and then we had the goats like to get up here because it's shaded. So I like to have this area for them because it's shaded. But there's the plug, the extension cord that goes to the pond to run the filter that's on it. And it's really easily to be unplugged, so the goats unplug it. Now I knew that they do that, but I just completely forgot last night. We were out in the garage till like 9:30 building a new goat enclosure. So the goats were outside most of the day and they knocked off the thing. And when I went inside, I didn't notice that the water wasn't running, which is generally my clue to, oh, I need to plug the cord back in. So this went without any water movement overnight. And I came out here, I do my morning rounds after I run. I come out and I check on everybody, I feed everybody, and I do that every single morning. So I noticed that the water wasn't on, I turned the water back on, and as the water started flowing, dead fish started coming up. So I have a bunch of dead goldfish here, which really sucks. But that's what all this stuff floating on the water, it's scales. And I didn't realize, I figured it was just, I didn't know what I was just kind of disoriented. But yeah, so here they are. So I guess be warned, there's dead goldfish in this bucket. There's 4 dead goldfish. 3 of them are like half eaten. The other one is pretty much whole. It looks like its tail's been bitten off. They were all in this area. And I guess Susan must be pretty vicious because these aren't anywhere near small fish. These are very large fish. So I wonder if the combination of like harassment as well as no water flow, not oxygen. But the other fish have been gaping, like gasping at the top. So I haven't seen all of them. I'm really worried because I have a big shabunkin in here, and obviously I feel the same about all my goldfish, pretty much the same way, but I've had this shabunkin for a really long time, and it's massive and really pretty, and I haven't seen it. So that really worries me. Actually, now I think about it, I haven't really seen it in a while, so I don't know. I know I have one that's from the fair, the Marion County Fair. My friend won it because he's crazy. And he gave it to me, and it's been living in here, and I saw it. So I have that one, and then the rest are just common, common goldfish, I believe. So yeah. So I had 15. I believe I probably have around 10 now, or I might have 9. I'm not sure. Pee-wee killed one earlier this summer while they were in here, so I don't know what's up. I think she just caught it, which is gonna happen. I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, that's gonna happen. So that happened, but now I have these ones. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do with them. I guess maybe I'll bury them or something. I don't really want flies to reproduce from them because there's a lot of flies around our property because we have the chickens and the goats. So as for this, I'm sure the ammonia and like just everything's like crap in here right now. So I guess I'm gonna do a really big water change. I'll just start draining the pond. I need to water some plants, so we're babysitting a dog right now, and it's kind of going after our ducks. Anyway, I will water the plants with the water from here, but all the turtles are doing all right as far as I know. I believe the red-eared sliders They're doing pretty good. But that's all the turtles seem to be doing fine. I think Norman's doing fine. I haven't really... Well, yeah, he's in there. It's hard to get him out because you can't really get into that corner, so you have to really try to get him out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a water change, but I wanted to show you guys that. It sucks. I don't know what else to... I should have... I mean, obviously I should have turned the plug back on, but I just didn't even realize that it was not running, so I guess, I don't know. I don't really do rounds before I go to sleep. I generally just go to sleep, so I don't know. I don't plan to start doing that. I just, maybe, I don't know. I'll just try to make sure to see if it's not, make sure it's running all the time. There's a lot of things I want to fix about this whole setup, so right now it's kind of crappy. I think the real problem with it is that I never let it cycle. Like, obviously I needed to let it cycle. Like, I didn't do that, and I didn't even have, I kind of set it up. I don't even know if I really had added beneficial bacteria in any way. I mean, I think I moved like a couple rocks from the other tank into here when I first set it up, but that's why it's green and that's why it's gross, is because I had like 14 goldfish in right away and without any cycling, which is like really dumb of me. So I think to make this better in the future, I have a different plan for the filtration. I think it's a really good idea, and it would add even more gallons and dilution into this tank, and it would add a lot more plants growing out of the tank, and it would add a lot more beneficial bacteria. So I think that's my plan with this, just to make, I need to, you know, try to get things to look nicer. That's kind of my plan right now. And obviously, I mean, not just looking nicer, but functioning better, so then, you know, my goldfish don't die and stuff. So I could probably also put something in front of the cord. I think I'll do that, so then it doesn't, you know, fall off or they can't get onto it. So I'll go ahead and do that as well, but I'm gonna do a water change now. Just stuff. Added a bunch of filtration, just worked on the whole filter area a bunch, and what I did is I just ran water into it as I drained water out. So it's been doing that for quite a while. So there's a big water change on this, and there was 6 dead goldfish. I found 6, and I still haven't seen the shabunkin at all. But here I have Lewis, and by far my favorite animal that I own. He's a male western painted turtle, and I just love him. He's so colorful. Like, look at that, man. And when you get him outside, oh man, this guy is amazing. But you can see how like fat he is right now. Like, you see all that skin, and I'm sure that's just from eating all of those goldfish. Like, they didn't eat all of them, but they've been eating a lot of goldfish, and that's not healthy with them. I believe, like, I'm not sure, I haven't researched into this, but I've watched a lot of videos. I've just, off the top of my head, I believe there's something in goldfish that there's a high amount of something, and that's why they're not good feeder fish. So I don't feed goldfish on purpose, but just that he got some, I don't think that's like gonna hurt him at all. But as you can see, he is just super fat right now. And that's just pretty insane. So yeah. Okay, so it's been a while actually, but later I did eventually find the shabunkin was dead, and I believe the total number of deaths was 7. Now there could have been more that I couldn't find, and that just decomposed within the tank, or the turtles ate them or something. So I'm not exactly sure on the total goldfish count in this tank. I'll figure out when I eventually take it down. But the problem hasn't happened again. Like I said, I blocked off the cord, and I eventually blocked off the whole area, so I moved the door over so then it was covering this. But it doesn't really matter now because we don't have the goats anymore, so that's why everything's opened up now. But it's not just the fact that the goats knocked it out. The plug just kind of sucks there. Like, it just falls right out, like if I mess with it or something. So every once in a while, it won't even look like it's out. It literally just like goes down a little bit and it stops, you know, I guess conducting electricity to then power the pond. So not exactly a great system there, but it hasn't, you know, the problem hasn't happened again. I haven't lost more goldfish. Now, I'd like to clarify, these are goldfish I rescued. I believe I rescued, I want to say 13 maybe, when I got Pee-wee, my very large red-eared slider. And then from there, I already had one that I bought a super long time ago, and this was before my like YouTube channel. This was before I really did a bunch of research and was like interested in this stuff and like figured everything out yet. So like old or young, not very smart me bought this goldfish. That was the Shabunkin, which I've had for like ever. And then my friend, who never really started doing the research, you know what I mean? He won a goldfish like last year he actually won multiple goldfish last year at the fair, which I think is ridiculous. Like, that's terrible. They shouldn't do that. But he did, and he gave it to me because he doesn't want to take care of it. So I have it now, and I believe that one's still alive. I'm hoping it is. Honestly, I haven't really seen the goldfish a whole lot, but I can feel them sometimes when I search around in the pond. And it's not the only reason that this tank is like this. At this point, it must be cycled. The problem is sunlight and probably overstocking. So I'm gonna work on those two things. I have a way of the turtles need sunlight. Like, that's something that they need, right? But I think this just gets too many hours of sunlight per day. And then when it comes to the overstocking, I'm having some other areas to keep the turtles and stuff like that. And there's not as many goldfish now. So those are just things I need to work on, and more filtration. So eventually I'll figure that out and I'll get this looking good. But for now, it's functional and everybody's living enough inside. But I'm very, like, that really sucks with the goldfish. It's been a while, but that just, I feel really bad because they're animals, and I didn't do well enough with them. So yeah, I'm sorry. Again, I wanted to share this with you guys. There's not a whole, normally you can turn this into a learning experience. There's not a whole lot here that you like learn from. Besides, you just need to pay attention to stuff. Like, you need to, when you have animals, and you have as many animals as I do, which isn't like a ton, but it's very important to pay attention to everything, check everything, and just keep an eye on your animals. And I think that's, spend time with them, and that's the best way you can do it, to make sure you figure out anything. If anything's ever wrong with them or something like that, you'll figure it out right away before it's too late. These guys, I'll check on them still every morning. But like I said, there's not that problem of that being unplugged. For a little while, the pump wasn't working for some reason, which was really annoying, but it started working again. And I have a secondary pump now to make sure that if one just stops working for some reason, or it's a smaller pump and it doesn't do the same thing, but it keeps the water moving at least. So that's kind of my way of trying to help that. But if you guys enjoyed this video in any way, like it, you don't have to. If you want more content, hopefully content not like this, then subscribe. And if you want more videos, again, not like this one, then subscribe. So have a fantastic day.